Hello and welcome to the channel. This is a video on how to make your RJ45 cables. Maybe you want to do a bit of networking and want to run your own cables so you're not on cloud storage and things like that. We're doing a project with Home Assistant, so subscribe along and enjoy some of the fun that we're going to have on that. We're wiring up cameras and all sorts of things, and as if you've been watching the channel, we do electronics and all sorts of good stuff like that. Going to try and integrate those into Home Assistant, and those videos are to follow. Okay, so here we are. We've got ourselves a little bit of Cat 6 cable. I'm not a skinflint, so I went for a nice bit of Cat 6. You can still use Cat 5e if you've only got a gigabit network card. So say like you're running a Raspberry Pi, you're not going to benefit from Cat 6, but if you want power over Ethernet, which in my case is why I've got purple cable, because then in my network I know that purple is power over Ethernet, then the Cat 6 is nice. It's a thicker cable than the Cat 5. That's why it can give you the bigger speeds. But anyway, back to the video. So here we've just trimmed off a bit of the purple sheathing. We've trimmed off like a lay wire or a pull cord and a little plastic separator. You don't get a separator generally in Cat 5, but you do in Cat 6. What you're seeing now is the untangling of the cores. So each is a twisted pair. It's really annoying. It can take 5 minutes to go through the end of the cable. So what I use is a little nozzle from a sealant gun. As you just saw, is a lovely sealant gun nozzle. Now, what we need to do is these strands, because they've all been twisted, they're all a bit wibbly wobbly, corrugated if you like, but that doesn't go in the plug very well. As if you've done this yourself, you probably already know. So what we're going to do when my hands finally start moving towards those pliers is we're going to straighten them out. I tend to find if you put them in the right colour order before you straighten them out, it tends to help quite a bit. And of course the colour order is orange and white stripes, solid orange, green and white stripe, solid blue, blue and white stripes, solid green, brown and white stripes, and then brown. At the start of the video you saw the wire layout there. So if you look at those wires now, you can see that they're coming out quite nice and straight, and that's quite essential to get them through the plug, which you'll see in a moment once my chunky old fingers have decided to find a way to grip those cables together. Right, this is my little technique. I don't know if it's a common technique, but this is what I've done for years and years and years. Is I grip them between one finger and then put like 10 mil, 15 mil between my fingers, and I just walk it up and down. And what happens is that the wires naturally go nice and close together, which helps them slide into the thing, because there's only so much space in the plug. The thing, you know what I mean. So now they're all in the correct order, they're straight, they've been walked together. I'm going to nip the end nice and straight, and that helps it go in the plug as well. All these little things, you just want it to go in the plug first time, right? So they're all nice and square, slides in the plug, and as you can see, providing that you don't let them get all twisted up again, they tend to stay nice like that. Then you want that nice blue sheathing underneath like a little nipple there. I've pointed to it. Look, not a nipple, a cable clamp. And then when you get your pliers on, get it in the right place, it all grips down lovely jubbly, and then you get a nice square end. You'll see in a minute what I mean by that with the square terminals. Trim off the ends. Though you'll have a little bit left over, a little bit of wire sticking out the end. You can get a punch down tool that will cut them nice and square, but I couldn't find mine for this video, so pliers, there's enough room in the plug socket. Anyway, after what is essential after each and every time you make a cable, you absolutely test it. You want the numbers to go 1 to 8. This is cheap tester. This is 10 quid. Might even have been less. And of course, one end goes on one end of the cable. It doesn't matter as long as it's under like 200 meters. That will give you the right answer. The right signal transmission, and it goes 1 to 8, like I say. Now I'm going to show you a little example of when it doesn't go quite right. So this one I didn't do. I didn't walk the cables together, and as you can see on there, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the rest. So that would be absolutely no good whatsoever. But that is just because I didn't walk the cables together with my fingers. So that is a really, really good tip, I think. If you also look at the ends, I did them with my older pliers, and they've got a little bit of an angle on the crimp. So those pliers which are on display there, those were the old pliers which I used to use. Now I've used those for years and years and years, but I've always had kind of a bad success rate with them. And I swapped them out a little while ago, and I thought, yeah, I don't know why I've been using these for so long. And hopefully here it's going to show you. There you go. You can see that those copper terminals have gone at a slant. That's because when it hinges, it's pulling them down at a slant. These new set of way of doing it with these new pliers, there's actually a little wobble joint there. So the terminals go flat. But once you've crimped them once, as I've just shown there, you can't reset them. So you have to use a new terminal. It cost me about 30p, that did. But, all for science, isn't it? So now, okay, so now you can see, what the difference is between the two types of crimp. So you can see there that one's gone at, a slanted angle, and the other one's pulled down flat. So if you are getting that problem, change your pliers. So you aren't going to get a good connection with that. And yeah, well, that's just the way it is, isn't it? Anyway, this video is coming to a close. I'm just going to make some hand signals there. So thank you for watching. I hope that helps. And any fault finding that you got with your RJ45 cables, it's not you, it's probably just rubbish tool.